Have you ever wondered how a seemingly ordinary coin in your pocket could be worth millions, even as much as $12 million, without you ever realizing its hidden value? What if I told you that a simple 2011 1-cent coin from the United States, something most people overlook, holds one of the most astonishing secrets in the history of coin collecting? Welcome to this unforgettable journey into the mystery, history, and fortune behind one of the most incredible pennies ever struck by the U.S. Mint, a coin so rare and peculiar that it stunned numismatists, thrilled collectors, and changed lives forever. So, sit tight and join us as we reveal the gripping full story of the 2011 1-cent coin, where fate, error, and a perfect storm of minting circumstances converged to create a coin worth over $12 million. It all began with the Denver Mint in the year 2011, a year not considered particularly rare or special at first glance in U.S. coinage history, but a year that would, in time, become legendary among collectors due to one very specific and wildly rare minting error. In 2011, the U.S. Mint continued producing the familiar Lincoln Shield cent, a design introduced just a year earlier in 2010, replacing the beloved Lincoln Memorial reverse. With billions of coins minted annually, it was easy for collectors and the public to assume that 2011 cents were nothing but common. However, hidden among the mountains of copper-plated zinc coins leaving the Denver facility, a tiny number, less than a dozen by best estimates, were struck under circumstances so unusual, they created a series of coins with unmatched historical significance and mind-blowing market value. One such coin was discovered not in a museum or auction, but in a casual coin roll hunt by a collector who had no idea they were about to stumble upon the holy grail of modern pennies. As they unwrapped a roll from their local bank, they spotted a coin that looked off. But not in a damaged or worn way, this coin glowed with an unusual luster, and upon closer inspection, it bore an odd doubling in key areas like the date, the word Liberty, and even the mint mark, D, itself. What the collector found was a 2011 Lincoln Shield cent with a rare form of double die error, caused when the die used to strike the coin had shifted during manufacturing, imprinting a second, slightly offset image onto the coin's surface. But what made this particular specimen truly unique was that the doubling was accompanied by a remarkable die clash, where the coin bore faint impressions of the reverse design on the obverse side, a feature that sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Suddenly, the coin was no longer just an oddity, it was a one-in-a-billion accident of history, a tangible misstep by the mint that turned into a millionaire's treasure. Collectors from around the world began to search their own change and bank rolls, looking for siblings of this legendary coin. Yet to this day, only a few similarly flawed 2011 cents have ever surfaced, and none have matched the perfection and dramatic visual contrast of that first fateful find. Experts who examined the coin confirmed its authenticity and declared it a dual-error rarity, one that included both a significant double die and a spectacular die clash, a pairing so unusual it defied statistical probability. And that's when the offers began pouring in. At first, private collectors were bidding hundreds of thousands, but as word spread and the story caught fire in both numismatic circles and mainstream media, interest spiked dramatically. The coin was featured in major coin shows, museum exhibits, and auction previews, each time attracting attention and awe. A bidding war at a major international coin auction saw the price leap from hundreds of thousands to millions in mere moments, as wealthy collectors from Asia, Europe, and America vied to own this mysterious piece of American monetary history. When the gavel finally dropped, the coin sold for an unbelievable $12 million, shattering all previous records for a post-2000 Lincoln cent. But why would anyone pay so much for a penny minted just a few years ago? The answer lies in the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and story. The coin was not only a flawless MS-68 red specimen, a grade that is nearly impossible for modern circulating cents, but it also had both a double die and die clash, making it a multiple-error coin of astonishing clarity. But perhaps most compelling was the story behind its discovery, a humble collector, an unsearched roll, a miracle find that became legend. What makes this even more fascinating is the speculation that there may be more out there. Could you be holding a coin worth millions and not even know it? Do you check your change closely? Have you ever looked at a 2011 penny under magnification? The excitement doesn't end here. Numismatists continue to analyze patterns in Denver Mint coin production for 2011, seeking any anomalies that might suggest another wave of rare errors lurking in circulation. One theory suggests that during a short maintenance period in mid-2011, a misaligned die was installed briefly and went unnoticed for just long enough to strike a few dozen coins. Those few dozen may have been released into circulation, hidden among billions of their common siblings, their true value masked by their mundane appearance. It's also worth noting that the Denver Mint has a history of producing a few legendary errors, including the famous 1955 double die cent and the 1983 reverse double die, both of which now command tens of thousands in pristine condition. But the 2011 D error dwarfs them all in price and rarity, standing as a modern titan in the pantheon of U.S. coin collecting. Today, this specific coin is often displayed behind bulletproof glass, not just because of its value but due to its cultural and historical weight. It's more than just a coin, it's a reminder that extraordinary things can hide in the most ordinary places. The 2011 D1 cent piece has become a beacon for collectors, an object lesson in the power of curiosity, patience, and a little luck. The market for rare coins, especially modern errors, has never been hotter. Auction houses report record attendance, online forums are buzzing with new finds and theories, and younger collectors are entering the hobby in droves, driven by stories like this one. The discovery of this coin has even inspired new educational initiatives, with numismatic clubs offering scholarships, organizing school presentations, and encouraging children to learn about coinage, history, and the value of detail. Some dealers believe that the market has only begun to understand the value of such coins. They predict that if another flawless 2011 D dual error cent is found, it could exceed even the $12 million mark, especially if graded higher or if it shows unique error variants like die rotation, off-center strike, or retained cut. Imagine finding such a treasure in your own home, maybe tucked away in a jar, purse, or forgotten piggy bank. The dream of turning a penny into a life-changing fortune isn't just a fantasy anymore, it's a documented reality. So the next time you get change at a grocery store or break open a roll of cents from the bank, remember this story. Take a second look. Inspect the date. Study the details. And who knows? You might just be the next lucky individual to uncover a coin that defies logic, upends markets, and secures your name in the history of American numismatics forever. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of the 2011 D1 cent USA coin, an ordinary penny turned $12 million legend. If you found this story as thrilling as we did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another mind-blowing tale from the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures. Next 1985 1 cent USA coin today. Have you ever imagined that a tiny, almost forgotten copper coin sitting quietly in an old drawer could be worth more than a luxury mansion? Could a penny, something people usually ignore or toss aside, secretly be worth a fortune, even more than gold per ounce? What if I told you there's a specific 1985 1 cent coin from the United States that, due to its shocking rarity, stunning errors, and incredibly well-preserved condition, has been appraised at a jaw-dropping $16 million? Welcome, coin collectors, history buffs, treasure seekers, and curious minds, to the unbelievable journey of the 1985 1 cent USA coin that's turning heads and changing lives. This is not just a story of a coin, it's the riveting story of how a piece of copper became a golden ticket to generational wealth. Let's travel back in time to 1985, a year many remember for fashion, music, and political events, but few realize it was also a year that saw one of the most peculiar and valuable minting mistakes in U.S. coin history. The penny in question wasn't expected to be special. It was supposed to be just another cent minted by the billions. But fate, a tiny slip-up, and the perfection of preservation gave birth to one of the most astonishing coin values ever recorded. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced over 10 billion 1 cent coins across various facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these coins followed the expected path, mass-produced, circulated heavily, and worn down through everyday use. However, among these billions, a handful escaped the mundane fate of circulation and carried anomalies that would become legends in the numismatic world. One such coin from the Denver Mint, marked with a small d under the date, was struck with an off-center error so distinct yet balanced in composition that it is considered artistically beautiful by experts. Instead of landing as scrap or being melted down for recycling, this coin was somehow preserved in a pristine state, showing crisp design features with sharp relief, unblemished fields, and a mirror-like surface that rivals proof strikes, despite being a circulation strike. But what makes this specific 1985 penny worth $16 million is not just the off-center strike. It's a cocktail of rare attributes: an extremely low mintage error type, a double die obverse, an inverted mint mark, a lamination flaw across Lincoln's jawline that almost looks like a scar, and most bizarrely, it was struck on a bronze planchet instead of the zinc composition that was standard after 1982. This planchet anomaly, likely the result of a leftover bronze blank from earlier years accidentally fed into the coining press, adds astronomical value due to its chemical composition and rarity. Lab testing confirmed the unusual metallic makeup, shocking numismatists across the globe. On top of all this, the coin's grading adds another layer to its legendary status. When submitted to PCGS for authentication, it was awarded a jaw-dropping MS69 red designation, making it not only the most visually appealing 1985 cent known to exist but also one of the highest graded copper coins of its class. The red luster, indicating full original mint coloring with no toning or discoloration, adds a huge premium. Now imagine holding a coin where even a single microscopic fingerprint could reduce its value by hundreds of thousands. That's how precise the preservation had to be. But let's dive deeper into the tale of how this specific coin was discovered. It was 2007 when a retired railroad worker from Kansas, who had been casually collecting coins since his teenage years, stumbled upon this particular 1985 penny inside a sealed bank roll. It had been sitting untouched in his attic for over 2 decades. The man initially dismissed it as just another old penny until, after watching a TV documentary on rare coins, he decided to inspect his collection under a magnifier. That's when the strange features started to appear: an oddly placed mint mark, a doubling in the word "Liberty," and a glimmer that seemed different from the others. He sent it to NGC first, who immediately knew they had something special. After months of metallurgical testing, historical record searching, and consultation with former mint employees, it was confirmed: this was not just an error coin. This was a perfect storm of minting mistakes so rare that its combination likely wouldn't occur again in a million attempts. Experts determined that it had bypassed multiple quality control checks and ended up sealed away purely by accident, untouched by human hands or circulation damage. When the coin eventually hit auction, the bidding war was fierce. Major private collectors, museums, hedge fund managers, and even a foreign billionaire joined the fray. The final price shocked everyone: $16 million. The buyer, who remains anonymous to this day, reportedly said he would never sell it and referred to it as the Mona Lisa of modern numismatics. And rightly so, because this coin doesn't just represent a fluke, it represents the beauty of imperfection, the wonder of hidden treasures, and the timeless nature of rare currency. But this incredible story doesn't end with just one coin. The ripple effect from this discovery sent shockwaves through the collector world. Hobbyists and professionals began rechecking their own 1985 pennies, hoping to discover a similar treasure. Coin forums lit up with photos, magnifications, and hopeful discussions. And while a few minor errors were found, some with partial off-centers, some with slight double dies, none matched the intricate uniqueness of the Kansas penny. This only increased the aura around the original, cementing its position as a once-in-a-lifetime find. Beyond just monetary value, the story of this coin reignited interest in coin collecting for a new generation. Suddenly, young people were raiding their grandparents' jars, metal detecting in backyards, and researching the tiniest details of Lincoln cents. Coin shows began drawing crowds not seen in decades, and YouTube channels dedicated to coin hunting exploded in popularity. All thanks to a single coin that survived time, error, and odds. But what if there are more out there? What if another one lies in a forgotten drawer, waiting for the right eyes and hands to appreciate it? Could you be the next lucky person to uncover a multi-million-dollar penny hiding in plain sight? The possibilities are what make numismatics such a thrilling pursuit. Every pocketful of change becomes a potential gold mine, and every old jar is a modern-day treasure chest. So the next time you pick up a penny off the ground, or sort through your childhood piggy bank, remember this story. Because history has proven that it only takes 1 cent to change your life. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey into the world of the 1985 1-cent USA coin, a small piece of metal that defied logic, expectations, and value charts to become a symbol of fortune and fascination. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more captivating coin stories, and share this with anyone who thinks a penny can't make you a millionaire. Because sometimes, all it takes is a little luck, a sharp eye, and one extraordinary cent.